I hope to come through the experience having gained an experience I didn't have before, that I'm going to learn and grow from. And even though there are days that I'd like to spend all day in my room, I can't do that. And the role that has been carved for me, that I have carved for myself, that was a niche that somehow needed to be filled, and I was there at the time, and it filled it to a certain extent. I can't walk away from that. I'm committed to that.
Yes. Hey, boy. Excuse me. Shoot.
Huh?
My turn.
Your turn?
Yes. It's your turn. Shoot.
Go for it.
Here.
Perfect.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah.
He's just kind of one of the outsiders. He can have a great mood, great day. It could be raining, he'll have a bad day, just different moods. He's just different. We're very close. We do everything together, but we go to 2 different schools. We do everything like the baseball, the autism, I go to that, basketball, all that stuff. He comes to my basketball games and baseball and everything, so it's kind of a balance between everything. Well, my brother's made my life better because how he shows me different things of point of view, and how he looks at things different than everybody else. And he just he's a teacher, and like just teaching me everything new.
Well, I was been fortunate enough to see Marty speak on a couple occasions, and I knew from that she had the ability to speak in front of an audience. And the times that I have watched her speak, I've been very impressed with her motivational message that she delivers. So I felt that if she could survive and perform well in that setting, live public speaking, which is pretty challenging for some, that she would do well in a film role.
Despite any issues she may have with autism, she's an outstanding worker, very, very smart. When I came into the group, it was at a time when Marty wasn't speaking, and she was communicating through sign language. And as I came into the group, we had a little talk. I'm like, I don't know sign language, so I'm going to need a little patience here with me. But she knows her stuff here. She knows how accounts move, accounts work.
She just needs a little time to actually get used to the new experience and what's going on, and I'm sure a film production would definitely be something that's totally foreign, and she would have no idea what she was doing going into it, so it would just take it'd be a big learning process.
So let's say if you're going to have lunch at a certain time, that lunch needs to be at that time. If you need to have a break, like if she knows that a break is coming up and you want to do one more shot, you really need to have that break at that time. You know, I mean, because people like her, which I know from my child, if you give them a schedule, they pretty much look at it and they memorize it. There's been times when she's had meltdowns and she won't come back to work for a couple of days even.
It's just her facial expression, or when she gets really mad, or she grabs a stapler and tries to staple herself, or scissors. So.
When it comes to their feelings and emotions, being able to turn it on and off is very difficult for them. It is hard for them to be crying one minute and then be happy the next, and being able to do it within 10, 15, 20 minutes. As you said, you know, it's even hard for trained actors and actresses to be able to do that sometimes, let alone somebody who already has that condition, and you're wanting them to actually have a meltdown when that's the last thing they want to do, is have a meltdown.
I was born in 1963. Autism was much more rare than it is today. When I was born, it was something like 1 in 1.5 million, I think. And today it's 1 in 166 kids for the Center for Disease Control.
I came to this school from a high school of children with severe behavioral problems. I came to this school more than 15 years ago, and we started with 2 children. You know, and now all we've done over the years is grown and grown and grown to the point where last year we added our first high school room. It really is people like Jackie who were just, you know, you get some people who are parents or they have the desire, but they also know how to go out and get the resources and how to put people together and turn us into an autism society as opposed to just a bunch of people trying to do a bunch of different things. You know, before we had the Autism Society of McLean County, we had a support group here at this school for years since we started our program, but it was just mainly for the families of the children who went here. When my nephew was diagnosed at 4 years old, that would have been 24 years ago. 24 years ago, according to statistics by the state of Illinois, there were only like 5 kids in the state of Illinois in our education system that were diagnosed with autism. So obviously, a lot of people were misdiagnosed, and then there is an increase in the autistic population. So Marty would have been put into a room where they thought she might fit. My nephew was put into what we used to refer to as TMH rooms, trainably mentally handicapped. So that's the lowest level programming. And because he didn't have lots of behavior, that's where he survived. Did he thrive? No. And that's the kind of programming that Marty and other people like her would have had in her day.
Do you want to play cards? No, please. I said don't. How about a game of aggravation? No. Yes, one game.
Jackie is amazing, you know, full of common sense, very perceptive, understanding individuals, children with autism. You know, Jackie is one who understands and has done very well in moving Marty along and providing that support for Marty. In the 21 years that I've been working, of course, the incidence of autism has grown greatly. At one time, autism was thought, you know, that individuals that were in their own world, they were nonverbal, they were cognitively impaired. So there's been a lot of knowledge about what autism is and the varying degrees and the range and the spectrum of autism and autistic tendencies and spectrum disorder. So there's a lot more knowledge. There's a lot more knowledge that we need to have, a lot more research. It's a very broad disability area, but there's a lot more programs from early childhood and here at the high school level. You know, we've instituted a number of classes that, you know, related to social skills specifically.